Hello, I'm Lofi.
I'm Jinxie.
And we are finally back with Bridgerton episode 7.
Yes. We left off in a not so great place for pretty much everybody.
Yes.
Obviously the big news is Simon and Daphne had issues. Daphne found out that they can have kids. Simon just doesn't want kids.
And he didn't clearly explain that to her in advance, so she thought it was a medical condition.
Yes. So she thought it was okay, in revenge, to assault him.
And we went into that whole explanation in the last one, so you've already seen it. So that's where we're going to leave that. And then we also have poor Penelope.
She broke down crying with Eloise.
Which
so
at least means
they're
making up. Yeah, so that makes me happy.
But Colin has now found out about Marina. Well, everybody in society has found out about Marina because Lady Whistledown blew the whistle.
Yes, she did.
On Marina's child.
Pregnancy.
Unborn baby. Yes. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
I mean, if we're following 1950 standards, you mean she's expecting. Because you couldn't say the word pregnant on television.
Oh. Well, basically, that's where we're at.
Yes.
And I don't know how the fallout with Simon and Daphne's going to go. Like, I almost feel like I need to talk about it again, but we talked about it thoroughly last time, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it all progresses, and hopefully people can talk about their feelings and everything that happened and can move forward, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, let's go.
Oh God, that door's huge. I love it.
I know. Are they having a competition of noise now?
I think so. I think they're not talking to each other.
Yeah. I think both of these would fall under the category of passive-aggressive.
Yes. Oh no, are they the opposite ends of that long-ass table?
Yes, they are.
Would you please inform her Grace that I will allow no such thing?
So awkward.
Should I really deliver the message, Your Grace?
God, these poor servants.
I know.
Oh, they're talking so formally with each other.
I know.
It's annoying, you two.
I will accompany you.
This is a family matter.
I shall not let you out of my sight until we know whether you are with child.
You should say instead, I want to work this through, so I will go with you. You two. You two, come on. Come on.
I mean, I'm assuming this is just like the next day, so...
Oh, yeah. That's true.
This scandal could very well tarnish my debut, Mama. Perhaps we should delay my coming out altogether a few years.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Nice try.
But this is supposed to be a charitable organisation.
Even charity requires funds.
I don't think you should go along with this, Marina. But then I'm like, I don't know
what else is she gonna do?
Yeah.
Like run away back home?
When is George showing up?
But if you were to go near her, then they will presume you're responsible for her ruin, and all your sisters will pay the price for your notoriety. Is this what you desire?
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, that is true.
We do not require your assistance.
Oh, well, that is simply not true, Anthony, and you know it. Daphne may be the answer to all of our problems.
I mean, at least she can help.
Or pretending that nothing is amiss is the perfect way to lure the ignorant into submission.
Oof.
Is it not, Mama?
Oh my God,
Is she
she's
mad at
angry at her
her?
too, yeah. Like, because for her ignorance, I think.
Yeah.
I'm so very glad
lucky.
this has all been settled on my behalf.
Ooh, I mean, I understand Colin. He wants to talk to her, because, like, if he hasn't since then, obviously you'd want an explanation.
Part of me is also the like, oh, I'm so sorry your life's being controlled, Colin. How unfortunate for you from the female perspective.
Yeah, that's true.
But, I mean, it sucks for everybody all around, just because it hasn't sucked as much for him. Doesn't mean it, you know.
Whistledown knew her better than you.
And Whistledown knows everyone's secrets.
And you are lucky to have learnt Miss Thompson's now instead of after your wedding day.
Ooh.
I know you must think me a fool.
I don't think she thinks you're a fool.
No, she's projecting her own feelings on you, Colin.
I think she can relate.
Perhaps I can arrange a rendezvous. Chaperoned, obviously.
I would appreciate that. You will see, my passions are not in vain.
I mean, it's an interesting contrast because he's so romantic right now and she's so not. I love that she had to, like, run back to her family for this, and maybe he'll help her see a little bit more clearly out of her own situation right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he's not seeing clearly either. I'm just saying that they're on opposite ends right now, and maybe they can meet in the middle.
I do at least understand, though, because he still hasn't heard it from her at all. So, yeah, it is just from a newspaper. You want to hear their side, make sure it's true or not.
You were still awake?
Busted.
I've already seen you.
I'm sneaky.
We both know your reputation. reputation, Your Grace. It is clear that you find there is nothing left in our marriage.
Nothing left.
Is what I said?
Is it what you believe?
Maybe if you both would stop speaking in half-truths. If the servants are like, well, at least they're making up.
Should we go into the bedroom? Finish what we started?
He doesn't want to take the risk. He's still not.
Well, I mean, again, it's only been like 2 days.
Yeah.
This cannot happen. This will not happen. Do you understand me?
That we no longer trust each other. I understand that quite well.
I don't...
It's like you can get divorced or anything either.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else they can do because they just have so completely different views on it right now. Like, she doesn't see why they can't have kids, and he is not willing to give in and change his mind either. Like, she's not willing to... You know, both of them are not willing to change their minds right now.
You must tell me that this Whistledown woman is mistaken. What she wrote, it cannot be true.
But it is.
Now it's all coming out. I mean, I don't think he's mad because she's pregnant. He's mad because she lied to him about it. And he was in love with her, and she wasn't in love with him.
I had no choice. I needed to wed, and you were the only man who offered me even a glimpse of happiness.
So I should feel flattered then. Lied to me, tried to trick me into a fraud of a marriage.
She's like, oh no, this is very relatable.
Yeah, right? I can't help but feel really bad for Marina, even though I didn't want her with Colin because she was lying to him.
I think it's the way she approached it that was the problem. Like, if she had told him, he might have accepted it or something.
If you had simply come to me and told me of your situation, I would have married you without a second thought.
Aww. That's how much
that is
he
how,
likes
in
you.
love, I believe myself to be.
Oh.
Make way! Must you all act like sheep flocking to the trough?
Oh, I love the queen.
I know, me too. Oh, look at her basket hat.
Oh, no.
Are you yet with child?
We have certainly been devoting our energies to the endeavor, Your Majesty. We should hope to see our queen soon satisfied.
Ouch. I love her hair, though.
I know.
Your duplicity comes so naturally.
I seem to have learnt from the best.
Oh, I didn't. She heard it all.
Yeah.
That is the excuse he gives for coming home with paint and all kinds of peculiar places.
I know. I do really wonder where they're going with him because we only have one episode left after this. So, I mean, obviously it's a setup for his stuff.
Right.
Thank you. I see my mother requires my presence. Good day.
He's like, this is all a little too modern for me.
I'm so enjoying all the costumes right now.
Me too. I love the whole setting.
I'm angry at myself for having not yet uncovered her identity, but I was thinking...
Clearly not fast enough. My patience has limits.
You're the one who hired a teenage girl to find him. I mean, hired. Might want a professional, perhaps.
Right. You definitely have the means.
A special soiree with the married ladies of the Tom.
Yes.
Oh,
ladies
good.
only.
She's like, I wish we could have had this meeting sooner. And here it all comes back again.
I mean, I feel bad for the girls. I don't really feel bad for the mom.
Yeah. Honestly, kudos on them for showing up, I feel. But yeah, the girls definitely had no control.
Lady Whistledown has gone too far this time.
And I thought you her greatest admirer.
Not when she's smeared the name of my greatest friend.
Aww.
We will convince her to publish a retraction and restore your family's reputation. All will be well again.
I love their friendship. I want to see it more.
Is this not a dreadful circumstance for us both to have been so duped by that scheming hussy?
She's just trying to throw Marina under the bus now, even though she totally knew about it and pushed her to do it.
Ugh.
That should teach them.
You too, though.
Judging not, lest we too be judged.
She's like, I'm a duchess and I have pull now, so I can ever so slightly insult you. It's not insult, but show you a lesson.
Look at these gardens. We have a nice backyard, but it's not this nice.
I mean, Mama, that you sent me out into the world no better than a fool. If you had informed me about the things that were truly important, if I'd have known the truth, then perhaps
Ooh. To be fair, that's probably how she was also taught. So
But
it's like...
The difference is, like, she had the advantage of, like, she truly loved her husband. And, like, it wasn't sort of a rushed situation. It was probably the full... whatever. But yeah, I don't necessarily, like, blame the mom, but I do definitely get Daphne's perspective.
She may have also had an idealized view of Daphne's marriage with the Duke because of how they played it originally, like falling in love. So.
I came here to apologize to you.
To me.
I misjudged you.
George was a soldier, but he was also gentle and kind. He was perfect.
I keep wanting him to show up.
I know, me too. I'm hoping he still does. We don't know for sure. It has been a while, but
he was at war, so.
Why should he be the one to choose your future when he clearly cares not for the outcome? He's at fault here.
I agree.
Perhaps I can make him come back and take responsibility for you and his child.
She's like, I can do anything about my situation, but maybe I can help you.
And I mean, even if it might be a false hope, I think some hope is what she needs right now.
Yeah. Plus, I'm happy to see Daphne have a little bit of pep instead of this tension between her and Simon.
Yeah.
Alone in the country.
I have a more lucrative proposition in mind. Say, for you and I to come to some arrangement as to the outcome of your next fight.
Oh.
I don't...
He does not seem like a fix-a-fight kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly. One, I think it's a bad idea in general. Two, this guy is... I don't find him particularly trustworthy.
Like, what's to say he doesn't take it and then you just lose the fight and gain that reputation?
Even then, he's just so reckless. That's how he's lost so much money that I just
he's
feel
just gonna,
like...
Yeah, the thing is, like, he's gonna just rebet it all anyways, like, in reality. Because that's his problem. He has a gambling problem.
Heard you enjoy society.
Then send word back. I would love to attend.
Oh, good.
Plus, I want to see this ladies' night, so...
Me too. I'm excited. Anything that Lady Danbury is hosting's gotta be
jamming. Right? I'm in love with the atmosphere of this episode. Even though we're in a bad place with Simon and Daphne, I can't help it. All the costumes, the carriage. Yeah. I am in the mood for this.
Yeah, they've all... Because it's also been big events, so you get to see everybody in their fun dress. She's like, this is not what I was expecting.
I want some Regency.
I love it.
Welcome to my den.
This is exactly what I wanted. Yes.
Evening, Your Grace. It's funny meeting you here.
The ladies' party seems a lot more fun than this.
The Earl is but 2 years old.
Well, then I'm in luck, am I not?
They're like, I have to be prim and proper in public. I gotta get it all out here.
Pay me no heed. The Duke's company, I am sure, is anything but a burden to you. Perhaps the General will grant you a response. It is not as if you are his wife.
But I mean, at least she seems content with it.
Yeah. That's just not the life that Daphne wants.
Yeah, so. Like, she's seen her parents together. I'm glad she's having a good time.
I know my sister quite well. And while she is an unusually capable woman, she's not capable of fucking up this severely.
But together, you both are.
What is most unfortunate is the fact that your father was so absent. He never gave you a proper example of how to lead a household.
That's a little too close to home to the problem, and he doesn't even know it.
I think he does know it, because they are friends.
That's
so
true.
I think that, you know, your friends know how to hurt you the most.
Yeah.
But they can also be helpful too, Simon.
Yeah.
Do you think he's looking down on you now? Ashamed. Mortified at what you have done.
Oh.
Ouch. Now that's cruel.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh gosh. I mean, I guess if you're gonna beat somebody up, it might as well be your best friend, because you'll probably, hopefully, make up later.
Oh, maybe, but this seems an incredibly violent beat up.
Yeah, it does.
Fight. Oh gosh.
Well, they both were strong, very, very tight. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are both beating up people they don't actually want to be beating up. She's drunk.
Yeah, I think so too.
Seems I became a little too rough training with Will.
Mm-hmm. Another lie.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she might hear about it, although maybe not. Maybe the club has kind of like a what happens here stays here
Probably.
thing.
They wouldn't tell the wives, that's for sure.
Yeah. You guys still care about each other. You have to work it out.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't even mean you have to work it out now, except you do because we only have 2 more episodes. But in real life, you can take some time.
I just want them to be actively working towards working it out.
Exactly.
My father cared more about the continuation of the Hastings line than anything in the world. And so I made a vow that the line would die with me.
How's that working out for you in your life?
I'm really glad he's telling her, though. Now she can
Agreed.
understand a little bit more his mentality.
You did not tell me it was some token of revenge against a man who no longer walks this earth.
I mean, when you put it that way, it does sound a bit selfish in the revenge aspect.
Yeah. Well, again, she said the difference between have and will not.
You will neither have children, nor the happiness we could have together because you promised your father you would not. Say it. Say it. If your hatred for your father outweighs any affection that you might bear towards me, then you are right. It cannot be undone.
Yeah.
I mean, at least she got a glimpse that she could be happy if it turns out that way. I mean, that's not how I want it to turn out, but like...
Yeah.
Is that the letter too? Okay.
Yeah. Find George. Find George. Find George.
In fact, this author can think of no other event that merits a mention.
It is far worse. She wrote nothing.
Oh, you pissed off the queen. Now she really wants to find you, that's for sure.
I wish she could just take a pregnancy test.
I know. Well, the fact that you have to wait to make sure your sheets are bloody, it's just like, ugh.
Once we unmask, whistle down.
Yes, the Featherington honor will be restored. I shall take the back stairs so no one will see me.
Why would you take the back stairs, Penelope? It's not fair. I'm sure her mom doesn't hold Penelope.
Oh, I wasn't sure if she was saying that, or maybe she snuck out of her house when her mom wasn't giving her permission. I wasn't sure if that was the vibe.
Yeah.
But that makes sense as well, so I don't know.
Yeah, granted, she might not want him to call in.
Yeah.
Because that's extra awkward.
You will pay attention to the words of a duchess.
Are you so unworldly? I'm sorry, your help is greatly appreciated, but there is nothing more you can do.
Marina...
It is over.
What?
I think it's because she's, like, a girl.
I guess. She's already, like, so beat down, she can't.
I think she liked the idea of hope, but now that it's not perfect, I think she's just feeling extra lost lately.
I want to apologize.
A lot of that going around. Like, I mean, there should be more of that coming around.
You merely wish to protect me from my more foolish impulses? Oh, so you admit it now, you were acting a fool. As apologies go, this is certainly not... Hush.
You've all been acting fools. Seems to run in the family.
Eloise.
Oh, she does look pretty.
The hair is very, I would say, like, 60s maybe? Like, early 60s or something with the bang curl.
If you are not truly ready, I shall not ask you to play pretend.
Oh.
Perhaps I have been rushing you.
Oh.
She looks hella nervous.
Well, and also I think the mother's feeling the backlash of Daphne, and I do like that she took what Daphne said to heart and was like, maybe I should slow things down for Eloise, especially because Eloise hasn't wanted to go up into society at all. One day I hope you redecorate with less bus.
It takes courage to live outside the traditional expectations of society. You talk of doing the same. Perhaps it is merely just that. All talk.
Like, this is interesting, but they haven't given that guy and his situation much attention, so I can't help but feel that this is only foreshadowing for Benedict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know how much foreshadowing. Is it more of just a gesture, or...
I'm no longer in need of your services. But my theory... It is not necessary. I've hired a team of Blue Street runners.
I'm fired.
I think after not including the event in the paper, she's reached her limit.
Yeah. You want to silence her? There is still good she must do. Child, go.
She has to save Penelope.
Also, the queen has to save her reputation.
Yeah. Well, also she was
admirably.
No, she admired her because of her being a woman earning her own money.
Yeah. She's like, I regret coming now. But I do love her dress, though. It's so cute with the little flowers.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Is she, like, gonna take something? Do not take anything. That's what I'm
thinking. Like the way they're playing it out.
Over, so she's gonna, like, try to kill herself.
It's not what I'm here for. But I do get, like, maybe she's trying to, like, push an abortion, though, or something. Like, herbs and stuff.
Should I not have a friend? Not bound by the rules of society. Please do not tell Mother.
I'm still bound by the rules of my mother, though.
No offense, but I don't think you should be picking up your friends with, like, your little sister with you.
No, I mean, she did just go to her first out thing, so...
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if his friends are the people from the party, I mean,
like... yeah, I guess it's a little different. But...
Oh.
Oh, no, just the modiste.
Well, I mean, I think she was also there, but...
Yeah.
This is my sister Louise, and we will be dropping her at home.
I feel like this is almost more uncomfortable for the modiste.
Yeah.
Like, because she is her customer. You know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think she wasn't expecting her to be there. And I think he's just trying to push that whole, like, rules of society thing.
Yeah.
But now that neither of them know how to act. It would have been different if they had known a little bit, I guess.
How was your night, ma chérie?
It was everything I expected.
Thanks for putting us in this awkward situation, Benedict.
You mean everyone except for the Featheringtons?
Yes, everyone except. So.
What?
You're perhaps a tradesperson.
I certainly never want to cross the woman. A word as good as gospel.
Oh, she thinks it's her?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. All the ladies gossip when they're in there.
That's true. She did hear everything, I think. I feel like something dramatic's gonna happen because of this music.
because of dramatic music. Oh no.
Yeah, someone come stop her.
Juniper.
I don't know exactly what she's doing, but come stop her.
Dandelion. Tried something. I mean, I feel like if those are all in there, they probably wouldn't, like, kill you or anything, because it just seemed like normal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stuff. Good. Slow makeup. Did she start her period?
I think so. Oh my god, Penelope, you have to stop her. I mean, she's already drinking some, but maybe...
Marina?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can we talk?
Don't be dead.
I'm so worried.
Shit. Go get help.
Marina!
Make her throw up.
Marina, I'm here to...
Go get help, you guys!
I know.
I feel bad for Daphne, but I also think that it might be better at this point to not have a kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? So, oh.
But she wanted it so bad.
And I think she thought it was really happening since it was taking so long.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also because in her mind it's her only chance to have one.
Yeah. Oh. Simon can hear it.
Mm-hmm. Her poor mom. She's like knowing exactly what's going on. I mean, she might think that she wanted to have a kid because it's not uncommon.
Oh. What an interesting episode. I was like kind of really into it.
Yeah, I was very up and down, but like in a good way. You know, in a like captivating, intriguing way.
I was kind of nervous how they were going to handle this next one, but I actually kind of like it.
Let's start off with the boxer.
Oh yes, the boxer. I hope he doesn't do it. I feel like it's too risky. The fact that they're showing him considering it, I think he could really go either way.
Yeah. I still just think he should talk to his wife, and they should come to a decision as a family.
Yeah.
Like, if they think financially it makes sense, then that's their choice. But otherwise, I don't think he should do it.
Yeah, and I just don't think Lord Featherington is trustworthy. And also in TV shows, when they try to do this fixing, it always just goes wrong.
Yeah.
It just always goes wrong. So I really don't want this guy to get hurt. I think he's cool. I think his family's cool. Gosh, Marina. I really hope. I can't tell if I can't tell for how they left off about what Marina is like. Is she gonna be okay or not?
Is her baby gonna be okay? Like, because I don't know what she took. Is it like straight up something for suicide? Is it something to like cause an abortion or what?
And I thought it was really interesting, like this whole thing with Daphne and coming in. I guess if we were talking about Simon and Daphne and how it parallels with Marina, but they were opposites. Then she was able to soften with her stance with Marina, because I think at first she just saw her kind of like how pissed she is at Simon as an outsider who is like
not taking into account
her family's feelings or whatever. She's like, I don't want a bigger scandal or whatever. And then realizing that like this is an individual who is suffering and did what she,
even more than that, I think. So she saw it as, Colin is her brother. Colin was the one who was lied to. Like, she was lied to. But then she realized that in reality she has more in common with Marina because of how the actions she took with Simon.
Yeah.
Of just being like, she did what she had to do for her family. And as like a woman, I think she related to that.
Yeah.
And that's really, I feel like that was the overall theme for the entire episode is like women's life in this time period of how most of the women are happy that they have a husband who's not around because it isn't like a love match or anything like that. They get to actually be free now that they are married. But for her, who like grew up with family, that's not what she wants. That's not what she's looking for.
Yeah.
It's not what she expected to have.
And then I think that her confrontation with Simon when they were drunk and stuff, and he tells her the truth, was really interesting because I think once you say it out loud, that I felt like, even knowing his traumatic backstory and the trauma he had, and I felt it was like more justified at that point that he feels that way. But when she says,
what about
you
your
care
vows to
more
me?
about your revenge than like me, it does put it in a, like, from a different perspective that I think makes sense. Like, it does make it seem more trivial that he is taking this vow so seriously.
Which,
when she's talking about their future together, their whole life still together, and he's making this decision that could affect both of them and make them miserable for a dead person. So, for a dead person he doesn't like. It's not like, you know. So I just...
But I do... Yeah. I mean, again, this is where the thing about the difference between, like, real life and, like, a TV show and a book. Because in real life, you know that there is no surprise that trauma affected him in that way. But since this is fictional, just the idea of, yeah, what you're saying with when you say it out loud, it does seem trivialized, but because it's like a TV show, it's very... They don't get into his trauma as in depth.
Oh, yeah.
As if it was something, like
real. We saw the flashbacks and stuff, and we see the effect it has on him now when they talk about his dad. Like, when he got into that fight with Anthony, and both of them was about their dads, and they went off on each other.
Yeah, what I kind of hope this leads to is, if this was a longer series, of a discussion of maybe moving past, like, oh, I can't have kids out of revenge, but more of, like, what if I'm not a good dad? Because that's sort of what I feel like the progression would be if it was, like, a real-life thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that she also views it as not just that she wants kids, but that he is also stopping himself as well from having kids. Like, he has not expressed that he dislikes kids or doesn't want kids just because he doesn't want kids. Well, it seems more like, and then restraining
also
himself from having kids because of this vow to his dad.
It
kind
almost
of thing.
Puts him in the same position that his mom was in to his dad. His dad only cared about having a child, and who cares what that does to the mother, while he's basically doing the opposite to Daphne of, I do not want a child. Who cares what Daphne wants?
Yeah. And obviously they also love each other, so they also, like,
they want to work it out.
Yeah.
But right now they're at, like, two completely polar opposites where there isn't really a resolve until one of them,
you
know, either they work it out together or one of them changes their mind or something. So right now they're just butting heads, but they obviously still really, really care about each other, and it's just in a immovable spot.
Yeah. And I think it was kind of what made this episode more interesting and I think fun for me than what I expected, because I expected, like, the tension that they have in the beginning when they're in the country house,
the whole episode,
and it's awful, and maybe they would make up partially through or whatever, but because a lot of it is Daphne and Simon as well observing people from the outside who are also having issues that may be is parallel to them and is making them think differently. I think it was a lot more interesting than I expected because of that.
I really like how they did the episode, because the whole theme of them being in an immovable place, it sort of showed what paths they could potentially take, and that it's not necessarily a death sentence, whichever path that they do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not what they planned, but it would still be fulfilling life in a different way.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that journey that they went on in this episode. I'm so happy that Penelope and Eloise are talking again. All their little moments did make me really happy.
Yeah, me too.
Just,
and I love that Eloise's first thought when, like, she's getting her hems taken down is that Lady Whistledown can help Penelope. And so she's desperate to find her for that. So when she finds out that the queen is going to shut her down, she's just like, no, I need her to save Penelope. So I think that's really cool. And then, like, with Benedict, this stuff with Benedict, I wasn't sure where they were going with it. Obviously, I'm a book reader, so kind of, like, I know his story, but I'm not sure that they were planning on changing it or not. I really feel like because the other guy, whose name I can't even remember, I do think his situation was super interesting, that he's in love with Lord Weatherby and stuff, but they give so little attention to it. I don't know if they're going to build on it later, or if this is just
laying
foreshadowing for Benedict's... situation so that It's like, hey, book readers, we know that you're waiting for Benedict stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It felt a bit not enough or too much for me. Like, either cut it or give me more, because I don't need this, like, hints at what could possibly happen. I'd rather it be, like, involved in the storyline. But like I said, they could do something with it later, in which case then what I say doesn't matter. But
and it also, because it feels more shoehorned in than Anthony's storyline, because, like, Anthony is the head of the house, so it does make sense why we see some of his, like, romance with the soprano. But I don't know, for Benedict's, it feels like it doesn't fit into the rest of the storylines, because Anthony's overlaps with Simon's and everybody else's, but Benedict's is sort of independent of all of them. Like, if his siblings had also gone to some of the parties or something like that, it would have felt more natural.
Well, also because the modiste is friends with the soprano, so there was an element there of almost Benedict copying Anthony, because of Anthony first having the relationship with the soprano, and now Benedict's having a relationship with the modiste. I mean, so it feels like a copy paste of Anthony.
I don't know if that's kind of the kind of relationship they're having or not, though.
No, really but I meant in the way that, like, Anthony had let go of the soprano, so then now Benedict is with, you know what I mean? Like, because of the order that it came in.
Unless the modiste is Lady Whistledown.
Yeah.
Then it all makes sense.
Yeah.
I think this was a really good episode. I'm really surprised that the next episode is the last one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they're gonna fit everything in it.
The last moment where Benedict can hear where Simon can hear Daphne crying. I just, like, I feel so bad for, like I said, I feel bad for Daphne, but I also feel really bad for Simon, because he is torn about this, even though I agree that I think it's kind of stupid that he's upholding this vow, but I still understand him about it, and so I just feel really bad that he feels so torn about it.
Yeah, I just hope,
and also
in the long run, he can feel better about his past, his life himself.
I also want to point out that the show really didn't go into Daphne's actions towards Simon in the last episode. I mean, maybe they could have hinted at it during that sex scene where he says they don't want to go to the bedroom, but I was getting the feeling that he was talking more about, like, he doesn't want to risk it, versus him feeling traumatized by her actions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the vibe I was getting. Maybe some other people saw it differently. So I don't think that the show is going to address it at all. No, the book totally didn't. But the book is, like, 20 years old. So it's kind of like, this is a modern show, even though it takes place, you know, whatever, in historical fantasy land of Regency time.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if they were going to address it, but they didn't, so it is what it is. I talked about it a lot in the last episode, so
yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode actually a lot more than I thought I was, because a lot of times when you have a tension episode like the last one, you end up being like, oh,
the whole way through.
You know, you feel really nervous about the next one and how it's going to go, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to the last one.
I want to kudos to them how they did it.
Yeah.
Because they still kept that tension that entire episode, but it wasn't that uncomfortable, just the whole episode sucks and is downtrodden, because there was a lot of it. There was them working with that, there was Marina and all that stuff, but they intertwined it with the fun of the ladies' party and the hunt for Lady Whistledown. So I think that was a good skill, good. I don't know what phrase I'm trying to say. I think it was well executed. There you go.
I think it's so warm that we're getting
getting
a little drunk here. Oh.
And
is it done?
Yeah, I think the battery just died.
Okay, cool. Let's just stop it and do this on your phone.
All right, so our camera died, so we're just doing our little outro right here, because we were basically at the end of our thoughts anyways. So yeah, let us know your thoughts down below. What did you expect this episode to be like when you watched it? Was it as tension-filled as you expected? Was it better than you expected? Let us know.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps us out. And hit that notification bell so you know when we upload. And we will see you all in the finale. Bye.
I had it. Nice.
I've never had it either.
Sponsor us, Nixie. No, what if it's awful?
Well, we have a whole packet of it. Also, we are recording this whole thing. Just so
you know. Hey, Ro. Give me a drink again.
Yeah, it is hot today, people. Hot.
I think that we need to pause because I'm so hot. Hold on, I'm almost going to sneeze. No, it's not coming out.
Oh wait, did we ever stop recording OBS? Oh, we did not. It's totally still recording OBS.